Hi there. Here we are.
Monday.
Happy Monday. I'm Dan Burrell, and this is my wife,
Cindy Thomas.
and this is our initial grand opening podcast. Boom.
Launching.
Some of you may know who we are because you have followed us on TikTok or YouTube. We have been together for 5 years, and we have. I am so grateful for this amazing relationship that we have, and we are expanding upon that relationship because we have figured out a few really good things to use in your relationship that could help you maybe have the type of relationship that we have. We're not the know-it-alls, but we have experience. Don't we have experience?
We do. We have been very good at failed relationships. And so when we got together, we decided this was not going to be another one of those. How could we make it different? We are parents, grandparents. We are brothers, sisters, daughters, sons. We've been through it all. We have a lot of different types of relationships that we manage. And when we met each other, we came in knowing what we did not want. And so we designed, if you will, a plan for clear, transparent conversation. And it's based on trust and the idea that we would never intentionally hurt each other.
We are a walking miracle. Our relationship is a walking miracle. That the chances of us actually finding each other were very slim. And even after we found each other, there was no guarantee we were going to be together. We didn't even continue to see each other. It's God's plan. It's a miracle. It's just a freaking miracle that we're together. And then not only are we together, but I think if I speak for myself, I could have not imagined a more grounded, honest, transparent, fun, supportive relationship than I'm in right now. And as Cindy said, we are masters at failed relationships. So we kind of know what we're talking about. And again, we don't know it all, but I think we know a few things that can help people that are struggling in their relationships or are just starting the relationship on what's really important to give yourself the best opportunity moving forward.
Absolutely. I feel like Kelly and Mark. I feel like we're
I don't know who they are.
Doing a talk show here.
Okay.
When we started realizing that our journey was successful because of the communication that we created with each other, we wrote a book. This is called Finding Your Chairs. So proud of this. I'm so proud of this book. And we didn't really have the intention of it going any further, but there's a lot going on with this.
Well, you know what? One of the key things in the book is just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you're supposed to be in that relationship. And that takes a lot of courage to step away from something that you thought at one time was going to be perfect. And you step away from it because not only is it not perfect, it's damaging. So you'll find that in the book, we really root for people to stay together for the right reasons. And we really root for people to step away for the right reasons. That's a big deal. I think you probably do too. We are sort of groomed from our parents as children that the most important thing in life is to find a partner and settle down and have children or whatever you do.
The white picket fence.
The white picket fence. And, you know, if you don't do that, there's a part of you that feels like you're not successful in the life part of life. And
how often when you were younger and you had a relationship, the moms, the grandmas are always like, okay, when are you getting married? When are you having kids? There's an agenda. There's an agenda that society has created. And so that puts so much pressure on younger people, you know, to have a partner of some kind, to move forward with what's expected of them. And so often people change and evolve after that commitment, and then they have children, and then it's even worse. It just explodes because they're not talking. They're not sitting down, having conversations with trust and love and real conversations about what I need, what do I need from you? And so often the breakdown just happens, in the first 7 to 8 years.
Okay, so let's talk about averages right here. Is that 54% of all marriages end in divorce in an average of 8 years. Okay, so that's 46% of marriages that technically survive more than 8 years. Now think about your friends and your family and so many people that you know. Of that 46%, how many would you say are in really, truly happy relationships? We kind of play around the figure of maybe 20%. Just because you're together for a long time doesn't mean you're happy. And we have seen that. I mean, I've seen that in my previous relationships, parents of...
Tell a story about your siblings. I love the story.
Which one?
Well, Dan comes from a family of 8 children. And you have said often that divorce has, run through everyone's lives here or there. But the one true couple, the sibling that had the most successful relationship and the most loving relationship...
was Matt, with the same-sex marriage.
Was Matt.
35 years. Matt passed away a couple years ago. In my family, as we were talking about before, my oldest sister dropped out of college to get married at 18. My older brother dropped out of college in his 3rd year at the military academy at Kings Point. He dropped out of college in his 3rd year and got married. My brother Len got married while I was in the Coast Guard at 18. I got married at 18.
I got married at 19. My mother got married at 19.
Yeah.
It's a
And do we look back now where we are in our age and think that an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old is ready for a relationship to last 50 years with all the growing? Sometimes I think you shouldn't be able to get married till you're 30 years old.
Right, but we also know people, and I can mention them by name, but we also know people that are high school sweethearts that have been married for 40 years.
Of course.
And those are the beautiful stories, but they're few and far between.
Yes, they are. And so, I've been through a couple divorces. You've been through a couple divorces, and it's very painful when you have a long-term marriage and realize you're not happy. Now to go through a divorce where you have all your friends and family support that you've had for years now breaking apart. So one of our goals, again, is to get you to look really hard in the beginning, really establish what your parameters are for a really good relationship and stick to them. But, it's like a sport. If you're going to be a world-class skier and we want a world-class relationship, you kind of have to work on it every day. And you kind of have to work on not just your relationship, but yourself, and your partner has to work on themselves, because we're growing, right? Whatever age you get married at, we're still growing. And in order to have a really successful relationship, we kind of have to grow together.
You have to be aligned. And if you're not aligned, you have to talk about it.
And when you're in these long-term relationships, or in any relationship, how often do you really sit down and put some time and effort into your relationship? Life is so fast. You have kids, you have homes, you have jobs and careers and families and friends and all of these things.
We had the grandkids spend the night the other night. I don't think I even said 2 words to you. Right. I mean, they ran our entire evening. And, I know we're on the older side, so our, constant experience with kids running around isn't as much as it used to be. But I swear to you, I don't think I said 2 words to you. Literally just taking care of the kids.
And that's one small example. Take someone that's involved in a very high pressured career, an attorney or something like that, they're putting in 60 or 70 hours a week. How much time do they have to work on the relationship? Right. And then they wonder, after 6 or 7 years, they look at each other and go, I don't like where I am. I hate this relationship. I don't even know you anymore. So, our whole goal and our purpose here is to discuss with you ways that you could really look at your relationship, make a few changes, mostly communication. And as you always say, therapists tell you what?
You need to communicate. You need
Great.
to talk to each other, but they don't give you the tools. They don't give you the curriculum. They don't give you the exercises to create a safe place for communication. So that's what Dan and I have developed, and we want to share it with you. We want to share it and answer any questions that you have, hear your stories. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Very reachable. The book is on Amazon. We want to spend the next couple of months jumping on and talking to you about each little part of the book, and we'd love to be interactive with you along the way.
A great relationship is very possible. It's possible from the beginning, and it's also possible from the middle of your relationship. You're going to take a hard look at yourself and a hard look at your partner and a hard look at what you are together and see if your goals align. And if they truly don't, the worst thing to do, coming from experience, is to keep extending that relationship to a point where you're not just unhappy, but you're hateful. And that's a bad place to be for anyone, because for a lot of people, it takes a long time to recover from a relationship you thought was going to be the relationship. So we're going to work on that together. We're going to discuss that together. We're going to support you in a way that maybe a therapist wouldn't. We got some really cool stuff to work on, and I'm looking forward to hang out with you and hang out with you and continuing to discuss how relationships can evolve to a better place.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned with us. I hope you'll join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. This is our first podcast, and here we go.
Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. I love you.
I love you.
You.